Hello, hello. This. And with this video, I think I'm just going to do my final thoughts on the Nintendo 3DS. And first, I'm going to get all the bad stuff out of the way and then get on to the good stuff. But my one major complaint is this thing is glossy as hell and it's a fingerprint magnet. Yeah, and of course, my other complaint is that none of the internet stuff won't be available till May. Can't browse the net, can't look at any of the programs or Nintendo's version of the App Store and see what kind of games they would have ready for download, or any of the DLCs won't be available till May, which sucks. But there is one bright side to that I can still at least transfer Mii's from my Nintendo Wii onto my 3DS. And like I said in the previous video, it is complicated. I don't want to get into it. Another downside to this is that the stylus on this 3DS is literally in the back, and it's sometimes hard to pull out. It's kind of a pain, and honestly, I think Nintendo should have at least better placed this stylus other than putting it in the back the way they did. And it's pretty much what um, that's pretty much what I don't like about the 3DS. Other than that, um, the 3D effects are a little bit rough, but then again, this is brand new technology. Now, hopefully, they'll get it fixed in updates and then brought it into televisions because it's more cheaper. But okay, that's roughly what my complaints are about the 3DS. What I love is, well, the 3D effects. Other than the fact that you have to hold it in a certain place, it does work. And I honestly don't experience any of the headaches that people say that they experience when playing these 3D games. And I just also managed to purchase two 3DS games. One of them, of course, you all know, being Super Street Fighter 4, the 3D edition, which everybody has bought, as well as Pilot Wing Resort, which uses basically the Wii Sports Resort, uh, the same island. It's pretty much the same island that of Wii Sports Resort's background for Pilot Wing, and they're both phenomenally good games, especially Super Street Fighter 4. I can't emphasize enough. They did an incredible job. The game is just excellent. And I do love this thumbstick control. It's really does fit in the thumb really nice. But as I said, I did not experience any of the so-called headaches. It does feel that my eyes got a little crossed every once in a while when seeing the 3D, but other than that, it was actually a pretty good experience, and I enjoyed playing some of these games. Oh, and I guess do have one more complaint, was that the battery life is just almost non-existent when in three viewing in 3D. But then again, there is a nice slider here to take the 3D and just turn it off. If you don't feel uncomfortable with the 3D. And of course, Nintendo put a nice requirement saying that all games must be playable in both 2D and 3D. I don't think the developers are going to hold true to that. And I also love the fact that you can play DSi games with this, or DS games, all DS games basically. It sucks that you can't trade your DSware games from your DSi onto your 3DS until May. Mm. But it is very nice. The cartridges, as you've seen in previous videos, are a bit different. It's kind of got this groove on there, and the graphics are definitely been improved. It's basically its own system now. It's no longer the Nintendo DS. It's now more or less a 3DS kind of its own console in a way. And it is nice that I can basically play the old DS games on there because the Super Mario Brothers, Metal Slug 7, and Grand Theft Auto Chinatown. I needed to get more DS games, but yeah. Simply put, I love this handheld console, and thank you. And it is a great system. Um, Despite its low ends, which I think can be fixed in a system update. I guess I bought the system too early, but I don't care. Oh, and another great thing is that this thing can actually measure when you walk, the distance you walk, simply by putting this in the sleep mode by just closing it up while it's still powered on, and just put it in your pocket and just walk around, and you'll know, and you can get up to 15 coins that you can buy extra stuff with, and per day, per long how many times you walk, and of course, Street Pass. I'm going to have to hold out on that because I live in a small town and Street Pass just isn't there for me because not very many people in my town have 3DSs, and I did manage to pass one person though and trade some information and saw his me immediately pop up on my 3DS, and it was nice. Of course, I had to go to Walmart for that. Then there's Spot Pass, and Spot Pass is when you put it in sleep mode and set it on your charger, or just put it in sleep mode, set it on your charger. It's just a little something extra, and it will literally download updates, download contents, and anything else you need without you having to do anything. All you have to do is just go to sleep and not worry. The Me Friend codes, I haven't really done anything with that because I'm in a small town, and I don't know. I'll probably add more. They even added notes so you can look at, pause your game and write in little notes on your game. And it doesn't have in-game chat, but from what I understand, it may actually have an update for in-game chats pretty soon, which unfortunately will become useless if you leave a Wi-Fi area. Internet gameplay, especially in Super Street Fighter 4, incredible. It is stable. I do have one complaint that it only allows me to have three. It only allows me to input three Wi-Fi areas in there, and I can now not add more than just three. And unfortunately, I've already taken up two slots, one for my brother's house and one for where I'm at right now. And the third slot, if I want to, if I have somebody else's house, and or if I end up going to an apartment or whatever, I have to literally erase that third slot and put that on there. And I go to another area, I have to erase it again and put another. It's kind of a pain in the fucking ass, and honestly, I like it more like my iPod Touch, where I could just add unlimited IPs. Even though, um, even though the iPod Touch has a not so well version of Street Fighter 4, but it's a pretty decent version. But then again, the iPod Touch does have an updated roster compared to all the other NBA jams. Yeah, I said that. It has an updated roster on their NBA jams compared to the Xbox 360 and the PS3. Of course, I think NBA jams will come out for 3DS. Um, but Super Street Fighter 4, excellent game, fun to play. You can play 2D, 3D, doesn't matter. The Nintendo 3DS, great system. I say I would recommend it. And for some people, I guess you would have to try it out to see if the 3D does give you these supposed headaches. And if it does, just turn the slider all the way to off. Then, just don't play the 3D part of it. But and if it doesn't give you a headache, like me, I haven't experienced a headache yet, and I actually played it for a couple of Super Street Fighter 4 in 3D for a couple hours to see, and it didn't do nothing. Felt like my eyes got a little crossed, but other than that, no real side effects. The 3D works. It's kind of a pain, but it's brand new technology. So yeah, I would recommend the 3DS. It's a good piece of hardware. Thank you for your time.